All right, welcome back everyone to the next episode on Anubhav Learning Series. In this today's session, we are going to talk about overview of SAP Business Technology Platform. We will talk about what is SAP Cloud Foundry in general, and I will also try to solve some of your questions regarding backing service which you've asked me in the previous sessions. So let's understand what is backing services in SAP Cloud Foundry, how do they work in collaboration with your applications, and what are the different services which are offered by in general in SAP Cloud Platform, Business Technology Platform with Cloud Foundry. So let's talk about what is a backing service first of all. So let's take a simple example. I'm sure many of you have tried using applications these days when you want to go from one place to another place. You don't want it to hire a Uber, but rather you wanted to drive yourself. So perhaps you can go to, there are a lot of vendors like in India, we have Zoom Car. So you can go ahead and buy a car or rent a car, which you can self-drive to go from point A to point B. So the very first thing what you do is typically you will go to their application, you will put in the filter criterias and you will search for available options. And then the Zoom car application will show you all the list of cars which you have available in your area. And then you can perhaps book this car to start driving by yourself. And then you can reach to your destination and leave the car there itself. Now, a same concept comes in SAP BTP as well. This is the concept which we call it as backing services. So backing services are reusable services which a developer can use without really too much worrying about the backend implementation of these services. So your one application can be made by using different backing services. So everything is broken down here into services, and you can choose the service and the service plan according to your need, just the way you choose a car according to your need. Depending on how many people are traveling, how much is your budget, you can choose a plan. So similarly here we have in SAP BTP a concept of backing service. So there are a lot of backing services like database as a service. So we have HANA, we have SAP HANA Cloud, Postgres, Redis, connectivity service, destination service, user authentication service, security services, HTML5 repo runtime service, which is used to host your UI5 applications. So a lot of these backing services are there. And now you can go and choose which backing services you wanted to use in your application, just the way you choose a car. Now, once you've decided, you can go into that particular backing service. So let me show you in actual Cloud Foundry system, where are these backing services available? So I will switch over back to my cloud platform. And here you can go to service marketplace section, and you can find out the list of all the backing services, just the way you browse all the cars. According to your need, you can browse all the backing services. Yes, each backing service is powerful and dedicatedly allocated for a particular work in business technology platform. Now, moving next, once you decide to choose one particular backing service, what would you do is you will go and check the detail about that service. So let's say I selected a car, and now I'm seeing the detail about this car. It's a 5-seater audio AUX player, 5 airbags, front rear power windows, driver AC, all the features which are listed down here about that particular car. And now this is similar to picking up one backing service and then choosing the service plan. So you can see this particular car is available in 3 service plans, 4,000, 5,000, and 8,000. Similarly, in SAP BTP, once you choose your backing service, you will choose a service plan. Now, service plans can be like trial, light, standard, application, t-shirt size. So like for HANA, suppose I choose HANA as a backing service and I want to run a HANA database in BTP, then I would choose t-shirt size. So whether I want small, large, extra large. So developer will not really worry about like 32.5 GB or 36.9 GB. Rather, they will choose a plan similar to what you choose here. So that makes your life so easy for that service, and you can choose how you wanted to get charged for that, how much memory you need, how many number of instances of that backing service you need. So this is something which is very similar what you also see in CF. Let me go back. And now once you choose, let's say, ABAP environment as a backing, so now you can choose here the plan. So you can see there's a shared plan. Right now I'm in the trial account, But if you are in a productive account, you can perhaps choose out of different plans, right? So you can also go ahead and create a new instance of this particular backing service. So I can run multiple instances of one backing service in my BTP account. Yeah. So based on that, you will be charged. Now, moving to the next part, let's say I chose a particular backing service, I am happy with it, and I chose the plan, and now wanted to go ahead, just the way you wanted to go ahead, let's say for a particular car. So in this case, I chose this plan, 4,000 bucks, and I booked this car, and that's when I'm going to get the actual car at my doorstep. So when you get this actual car at your doorstep, basically this is equivalent to getting a service instance of that backing service. So if I chose ABAP, then what it does, it creates a service instance, which is equivalent to actual car which you got to drive. Now, in order to drive this car, you need the keys, of course, right? So this backing service we created, it will not help you to run a backing service independently. Rather, you wanted to connect your application to this backing service. Let's say I got a HANA DB, and now I want my application to use this service instance for HANA to store and read data from this HANA service. So you got a service instance, which is the actual service consumption, which is the actual car in this case, and then you would have the keys, and of course you would do the payment. So this is equivalent to your service binding. So when you get service binding, you get the keys, and using these keys your application will bind and connect to the service. It would know, like for example, database, you would get URL, will get username, password, HDI user, HDI password, schema name. A lot of these information will be there inside your service key, through which your application binds to this backing service. So let me go back and show you something which is also running on my system. So I have already an application which was built on our SAP BTP training, which is a Java and a Node application. So you can see this particular Java application. If I go inside this application, then you would see that I have already running a PostgreSQL backing service instance as a database. So you can see here my Postgres service, and this is bound to my application Spring OData. Yes, and now if I just go here and say view, then I can see my service key. Wow. So this is equivalent to getting an actual car. So this is a service instance, which is actual car, and to connect my application to this actual car, I have a binding. So this is the binding which you can see. This is the keys through which you are driving that car, right? So this is how easy it is to understand how SAP BTP runs different services and how you can connect. Similarly, I have HANA as a service. You can see this HANA container, and it's bound to my Node.js application, which we built during our training. And if you go and view the key, then you can also see the key here for that backing service. So this way, my account will be charged, and I can accordingly choose my plan. So according to the plan I choose, I will be charged. So if I need more memory, if I need more computing power, computing resources, then of course the cost is going to increase. I can anytime scale up and scale down my service instances depending on the need. So likewise, we have lots of different services offered in SAP BTP. Let's go now and try to understand and investigate what are all the different services which are possibly available on BTP to build applications in SAP BTP. So you can build actually complete full stack application, including UI, the middleware, which is your business logic and your database all in one at BTP. Or you can also build a side-by-side application, as well as you can build integration, and you can also use out of the box delivered applications by SAP which are running on BTP. So a lot of offerings are there in BTP. Let's try to cover a brief overview of what are the different services and offerings in SAP Business Technology Platform. So the very first thing is, of course, you can't run a C program in a notepad file, right? Or you can't run an ABAP program in a notepad file. You would need some runtime to understand. Like for C, you need C compiler. Now, similarly, when I wanted to build an application, I would also perhaps choose a programming language first. Let's say Java, C, Python, Ruby, Shell, or maybe ABAP. Then I would need the runtime. So the first set of backing services are your runtime services, which are going to provide you a runtime environment to execute your application, which includes like Node.js, Java, Python, PHP, Ruby. Almost there are several different build packs which are available in SAP BTP to run different kinds of application. You just saw in a moment back, I was showing you the ABAP runtime was there. Similarly, you have different application runtimes. You also have the serverless runtime to which is powered by Kubernetes, and you have Kima runtime to support runtime for your applications. Almost all kinds of applications, very open platform. Then, of course, you need to store the data, and for that you would also need database as a service, or that's where we have the concept of database as a service. But at the same time, I would also need tools to develop my application. So that's where comes is the concept of tools. So when it comes to tools, we have SAP Cloud Foundry command line interface tools, which is also powered by the CDS DK. Then you have other tools given by SAP, like command line interface for MTA tools to build MT applications. HANA tools, HANA tooling is there, HANA CLI is there. So a lot of these tools are there. Plus, there are some tools like Business Application Studio and WebID Full Stack. WebID Full Stack in any way retiring. So Business Application Studio is going to be the main tool for developing applications on SAP BTP. In fact, you can also do local development using VS Code, and that's what is covered in our detailed training on BTP. Then comes is database as a service. So you have different database as service like HANA Cloud. You have PostgreSQL, which is a traditional RDBMS system, and Redis service for building chat applications. Now, Postgres and Redis both are available with hyperscaler options. And then for storing different types of documents like PDF, Word, you have the Object Store as a service available in SAP Business Technology Platform. Then moving on, we have lots of other services for related to connectivity, because many a times you don't want to build a complete full stack application in BTP. Rather, you want to actually get the data from your on-premise system or your cloud system like SuccessFactor or S4 Cloud. And that's where you would need a lot of connection information, a lot of connectivity services. And that's where we have complete integration suite, and this is called this is the component where we learn about cloud platform integration, CPI. We have variety of adapters available like OData, SOAP adapters. Different connectors are there to be able to connect and get data from the external world outside the BTP securely. You can connect to those tunnels, and then you have CPI data services to also get data from other systems and third-party systems and HANA DBs directly. Then we have enterprise messaging. Enterprise messaging is also a very powerful service which will help you to sense events thrown by your existing ERP system. For example, I wanted to build an application in BTP where I wanted to create an alert to my users using my cloud native application whenever a purchase order has been created in the system. Yes, so that is where I can use enterprise messaging service. Then we have connectivity and destination service. Many times people are confused between them. They look same, but they're not. So connectivity service is actually used to establish the connection to your systems, and destination service gives you the list of available design time connections or manage and store the connections itself. So connection details are stored. But at runtime, when you want to connect, that time you would need the connectivity service. Then we also have OData provisioning as another service for connection. Now, moving on, you have smart data integration. So basically, you can connect directly your OP and cloud HANA databases with SDI to directly replicate the data into Cloud Foundry database from your existing connections. Then you have Internet of Things. So you can also sense data from sensors, different devices like Arduino, and you can connect to them and you can collect the sensors data also into the Cloud Foundry. So I've seen one POC where on a shipyard, whenever somebody open a container in the night, the light goes into the container and that container will sense and it will tell an alert on the mobile phone of a user, where we were connecting a sensor, a light sensor and moisture sensor to the SAP BTP application, which we built using IoT service. Then we have data intelligence, a lot of features related to data discovery and data intelligence using SAP Data Intelligence Service. Then we have also the workflow management and intelligent robotic process automation available in SAP BTP. So workflow, you all are aware of SAP ECC workflow, basically to seamlessly integrate your business process and automate them across different business roles. So SAP Business Technology Platform also offer workflow as a service where you can model a cross-cloud workflow. Suppose I wanted to implement a hire to retire entire business process, and this business process is spread across my multiple systems. So I have a success factor system, that's where the hiring starts, and then I have a SAP S/4HANA cloud system, that's where the processing of the salary and the finance happens, and then we have the retirement and the employee deboarding. So all of these processes sometimes spread across multiple cloud and on-premise systems. So I can implement a workflow in SAP BTP, which can orchestrate this complete business process connecting to these different underlying system like order to cash, hire to retire, procure to pay. You have different business processes which you can orchestrate across and automate across with approval processes using workflow management. Then we also have intelligent robotic process automation, which is basically a cockpit which you can use to model your skills. You can create intelligent bots basically, and these small bots, there are a lot of pre-built bots to quickly automate your business processes. So just to, let's say, take an example of validation of invoice. Validation of invoice is a manual process. A lot of people have to go open the invoice. A sales representative have to go and open the invoice and check if the amount is meeting certain criteria. If yes, then only they will approve or reject. Now if I want to automate this whole process, then I can create and implement a bot in SAP BTP provided service, and this bot will then run the moments in event triggers. So of course we will combine the enterprise messaging, and that could be the trigger point for my workflow or IRPA bot. So that is another service, and then comes is lot of services which are part of intelligence, SAP predictive and intelligence, which includes document information extraction. I wanted to read meter reading. Let's say somebody sent me a photo of their electricity meter. I wanted to extract the information from there. So I can do that. I can read invoice amounts from PDF documents. Document classification service. If I get bunch of documents, for example, invoices, then sales orders, purchase orders, then I want the system to intelligently classify what type of document is this. So that is document classification service. These are all built-in service of SAP intelligent data intelligence services. Then you have business entity recognition, like detecting a business object. Then service ticket intelligence, if a ticket comes or if a chat message comes from that, I wanted to automatically create an IT ticket or an admin ticket. Then you have data attribute recommendations, invoice object recommendations. A lot of these things are there. Suppose I give bunch of invoices and I want system to recommend me perhaps the amount or tax calculation is incorrect, which is used to be a very cumbersome process in the past, which can be automated through these intelligent services in SAP BTP. Then comes is SAP Kai, conversational AI. Conversational AI is a very interesting topic where you can build chatbots. Now, whenever you go and observe travel websites, you will see that you wanted to perhaps do the booking of different things. Like I wanted to book a flight from Mumbai to Delhi. In that case, I just give in my requirement in a chat window, and then there is a robot, there is a bot sitting behind the scene. There's a chatbot which is going to make a automatic query to the background system, and it finds out all the possible routes and flights for me on my travel date. So basically reducing the human intervention and bringing more and more automation to the business is where your SAP conversational AI comes into picture. If you are new to this topic and want to see something, please check my YouTube videos on SAP Kai, where I've shown creating first chatbot and integrating it also with Fiori application. Then we have SAP Analytics Cloud, which is offered a software as a service for all the BI planning, predictive, and design of analytic applications, which is a software as a service offered by SAP. We also have a dedicated training on SAP SSE. You can go ahead and buy that on anubhavtrainings.com. Then comes to the job scheduler, transport management, and application logging. So when your application is up and running in cloud, you would want a certain time to also manage the life cycle of application. You wanted to also trigger frequent jobs, like you wanted to do health checks or you wanted to implement CI/CD pipelines, then you can do different kind of stuff with the transport management and job scheduler. You also can have a very powerful application logging where you can track the usage statistics, user information, who are using your application, how much is the traffic, how much is the load. All that you can do with application logging as a service. Then comes is application autoscaler. So when your application is getting bigger and bigger, there are lots of microservices in an application. You can actually implement scaling. So you can scale application both horizontally and vertically. Basically, a horizontal scale means giving more resources and computation power to your application, right? Sorry, vertical scale is giving more computation power, and horizontal scale is more about running multiple instances with the load balancer in your application. So that's another feature you can get, you can use. Then comes is security. Security is a very important topic. So you have SAP IDP, which is already a SAP internal IDP, which we use whenever we connect to SDN or SAP BTP for trial. And then we have Access UA, which is the main component which issues the JOT token to your application router when you're building applications. So these are all the application security component. Along with that, we have credential store where you can securely store your passwords and critical information for your app, and also the OAuth based authentication. And then finally comes his alert notification and custom domain launchpad and mobile services. So SAP Mobile Service Platform offers you a hybrid application development toolkit to build native mobile, native iOS applications with Fiori and deploy them on SAP Mobile Service Platform, where you can also track the usage and statistics, how users are consuming your app. You can also have a cloud platform portal service running in your cloud platform, where you can actually have a launchpad as a service, which becomes your main portal for accessing all the applications in BTP. Then you can connect to custom domain, and you also have alert notification services. So this is all the broad level overview of SAP Business Technology Platform, different data services. Other than that, we have a lot of other service like HTML Repo as a service, where you can actually host your application. You have application now outside the app router. So a lot of these learning we are going to incorporate in our SAP BTP full-fledged training. You can subscribe our course on SAP BTP with anubhavtrainings.com. I hope you enjoyed this video on BTP overview and understanding of backing services and service binding. For more details and detailed course content, please check out anubhavtrainings.com and our BTP course. With that, Anubhav signing out. Thank you so much for watching this overview video. Have a nice day and goodbye.